Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live readings with the THM Club. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend. It's beautiful out here in Calgary right now. I heard it was supposed to rain all weekend, but I woke up to like sunshine, knock on wood. My sister said that it's going to be raining later, but enjoy it while we can. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Turn your ringer off, Tracy. Okay, so I think we're just going to get right into doing some calls and taking some messages. I don't have too much to say today other than, I do want to just thank you guys for your patience when you are sending messages or emails and whatnot. These last couple of days, I kind of took 2 days off and we did a complete spring clean, the kids and I. We went through everybody's bedrooms, we got rid of all the old clothes and old house stuff, did a big dump run, and got lots of sleep. I'm feeling so refreshed now. I guess I was just feeling a little bit cluttered. I don't know if you guys can relate to this feeling where you just get things start cluttering up around you, and then it's like you can't focus on what you need to do because there's just so much clutter around. It's actually one of the first things that I learned when I was doing self-care. Sorry, my cat's being annoying. Nora! I should move the cat food bag. One of the first things I learned about self-care is the most important thing that you can do is care enough about yourself to give yourself a clean environment. Discipline equals freedom. Put the discipline in, give yourself a little bit of a cleanup around you, and you'll experience the freedom of being able to think clearly, move clearly, do things clearly without that weight, spiritual energy weight that's always on the back of your mind, right? Okay, so let's just get into taking some calls. I didn't put the phone number up today, and the reason is because you can tell we're getting close to the end of the month because everybody's trying to get a reading in at the end of the month here. So I do have 4 people to call today. Ashley, if you're listening, you asked me on Tuesday to call you, and you said first. Well, I told you would be first for today, but I think you might be still sleeping because I haven't heard from you. I sent you a message. So you'll have to move till Tuesday. Anyways, here we go. So first up, Deb, I'm coming to you. So after I take out the camera, welcome to my world. Okay. So if you're wondering how I do this by list, it's just really honestly whoever contacts me first. So first come. That's the way I work it. Okay, here we go. And I thank you guys. Most of you remembered to put the little dash in between the phone numbers because I'm so blind I can't see it when you do it all as one. Let's see how this goes. Yes, hello. Okay, that's interesting.
Hello,
Hi, is this Deb?
it is.
Hi, Deb. It's Tracy calling. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We are live.
Oh, is it that time already?
It is that time already. Did I catch you off guard? Do you want me to call you later? Are you busy?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I stopped gardening.
Okay. Well, are you like sitting somewhere where you can be comfortable for a second?
I am.
Perfect. It's funny because you might have got lost track of time, but they didn't. There's 2 people here, like, bam, in my face. Even before, like, when I started dialing you, I'm, like, talking to them already. People who are watching are probably thinking I'm nuts. It's funny. Okay, let's do this. Are you ready?
I am.
All right, both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and give me a minute to focus. Ah. Okay, so Deb, I know I probably should remember who your people are, and they're a little bit insulted that I don't. They just said to me, they said, we're not going through all of the validation again. There's a gentleman and his mother or the mother above him. They're showing me the two generations, the female and the male, and they're criticizing me that I should remember who they are, but I don't exactly remember who they are. Do you?
That's my husband and his mother.
There we go. See, and I can feel him like, what do you mean you don't remember us? And that explains why I was hearing engines this morning. Vroom, 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 vroom. Because he's like talking about the car, and I feel the wind in my hair. Interesting. So did you just go for a drive?
Yep, I had the Mustang out this morning.
What is the Mustang? Is it like a convertible?
It is.
Because I can feel the wind in my hair. He wants you to know that he was with you while you were taking that drive.
Oh, okay.
Your mother-in-law just put a big hat on your head. She's like, would you tell her to at least wear a hat? Put a hat on, dear.
No.
That's so funny because you're not wearing sunscreen or a hat or anything and you're in the sun, right?
Yes.
That's funny. See, she knows. She's watching over you. She's like, I feel like she's hovering over you like she wishes she had a body so she could create shade because she's like, you're going to get sunstroke. And then it's so funny. I just feel like that's her personality because your husband's like pushing her away and going, leave her be.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. Slow down. They want to talk about the boy. Do you have a son?
Nope. His son.
He's got a son?
He does.
Is his son getting married or something? I'm hearing wedding bells.
Nope, his son got married.
How long ago?
Oh, quite a while ago now. The granddaughter, and that's about the only son.
Okay, so hold on. I want to know what he's talking about here, because I heard my son, and then I heard wedding bells, and there is another something here. I just don't know what it is yet. Give me a second. Okay, whoa, slow that down. Okay, so there's a bit of humor. First of all, your husband's kind of I think he's trying to be funny, but he's being a little bit mean at the same time. Like, he's like, keep up. What, you didn't catch that? Like, come on. Like, he's being like, he's teasing in a mean way, if I can be honest.
Very sarcastic.
Yes. Because, so what he does, so when you say your son has a daughter, is his daughter getting to be like a teenager, young adult age? Because
Nope.
it's interesting.
She's 4.
She's 4. Well,
Yeah.
there's an interesting feeling around this of, see, I'm trying to put the pieces together and it's not making sense to me. So I'm just going to tell you exactly what he's showing me. He goes, my son. Then I hear the wedding bells. And then when you started talking about the daughter, or his child, I felt sarcastic. Ha ha ha, be careful. What you wish for, you get or you might just get what you want. And then I'm feeling like now it's your turn. Now you get to do this. Now it's your headache now. I don't know how to explain it. It's like he's teasing him about, that's why I thought, was she getting married? It's almost like I feel like he's going, ha ha ha, now it's your turn to do that whole headache. I don't know how to explain that.
He's got a daughter that has, he never met his daughter was pregnant when he passed away, and she had a son. And her daughter and her common-law are not married. They live together, but they're not married. So I don't know if maybe he's talking about his daughter then and his grandson.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? See, this is why I tell everybody that it's not my story, and I try to put the pieces together. And that's why, if you guys are wondering why I still tell you what the signs and symbols they're showing me are, this is exactly why. Because when I go back, that's what he said. It wasn't my son, it was my boy. The boy, or the son. I'm feeling it underneath of him. And then I'm feeling the wedding bells, and I'm feeling a teasing sarcasticness of, just do it. Like, it's your turn now. And it feels almost like there's even though it's a wedding, it's like a sarcastic, and
him and his daughter didn't get along very well.
So that's funny. So it's his way of letting her know that A, he's watching over her, B,
Right.
he's teasing her about getting married, and C, he's acknowledging the boy. Because here's the thing, and then when I say that, I feel the white blanket go around that boy's shoulders. Has he had some health or stress issues? I know he's probably just a little baby. How old is this child?
He just turned 1.
Did he have a lot of health issues that first year?
Yes.
That's why. Because your husband is putting the white blanket around his shoulders and wanting you to know that he's watching over them on the other side. And I feel like actually that's why he's telling them, tell them to get married, would you? Because they're looking at it through stress. That's why he's like, the sarcasm is thick on this. And I think that's because it's the way they're looking at it, right? But from his point of view, see, were you actually married? Or did you
No.
wait to see? That would make a lot of sense to me. Because I was going to say, were you actually married or did you wait a long time before getting married? Because he's showing me my symbol for perspective on that side. And he's making me feel like, take it from me. It's not a headache. It's not, when you get to this side and you're looking back, it's what you wished you could have done, right? I think
Yep.
that's why he's trying to show me so clearly that sarcasm around the wedding. And he sees it differently on that side. He's like, take it from me. You're going to wish that you had, because it's not about signing the paper. It's not about anything like that. It's about standing up and proclaiming to your family and friends that you love this person. It's about having a celebration of love. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if she took her focus off of the health issues and she put them on something that was happier, like that, it gives them an excuse to party. It gives them an excuse to be happy. It gives them something happy to put their focus on. And if they do that, then the other things will change to match that vibration. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Were you just in recent contact with her or something, Deb?
Nope.
Interesting.
I was in contact with the son,
Oh.
not his daughter.
Because I'm feeling a thank you. I still don't understand exactly how these people are connected here. I'll be honest with you. You told me, but I'm so in spirit world, I don't get it yet. He's like, that's okay. He just is saying a thank you, and I'm seeing the heart, which is like reuniting or coming together, healing. Interesting. Does she live a distance away from you?
About a half an hour.
Something's happening. There's some type of reunification coming up because he's talking about this. He's saying thank you. Slow that down. And then he goes, okay, I'm really proud of you for investing in your happiness recently. Like he's literally applauding. He is a sarcastic, funny guy.
He is. I just bought a car.
Really?
I take possession of it this week.
Shut up.
Yep.
That's what he means, and that's the other reason why I'm hearing vroom, vroom, vroom then. Because, just the way he said it, he showed me investing in your happiness. He said he's really happy you're investing in your happiness right now. And it's interesting that he says it after that first message that he said to his daughter, I think you said it was. Because what was his message to her? If you take your focus off of your stress and you put it onto something that will bring happiness, then everything else will start changing in your world to match the vibration of happiness. And that's what you've been doing.
Yes.
That's why he's extraordinarily proud of you and excited about this. He's a car guy, by the way. He's showing me that he was with you because he's like, that was the fun. I feel like he's almost sad that the shopping part is over. Like, did you shop for a while?
Yes, quite a while.
Because he's so enjoyed that. He's talking about going around and looking at cars with you and doing the. He's almost sad that the shopping part is over because you and him he was so in your mind the whole time that you were doing that. He loves cars, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Cars and motorcycles.
He said, when you said motorcycles, he goes, that's next, and he just knocked on a helmet. Do you have a motorcycle?
No, but I have a helmet.
Shut up!
I had it from when my husband and I rode together. I never got rid of it. I kept it.
Oh, so he knows that you kept it, and he said, come on, let's get the bike. Let's go, let's go. Aw, he loves you so much. Please know that they're with you. It's your mother-in-law that's in the garden with you right now. She loves I love what you're doing. I love gardening. I'm right there with you.
Yes, she was a gardener. She loved doing it.
That's why she's right there with you. But she is saying, could you please just put a hat on because you're going to pass out. She's going on about that. That's so funny. She's like, Tracy, tell her I can see her, please. Tell her I see her. So if she's lying to you, I'll see. She's like, you don't have to listen, but I promise you're going to have a headache later if you don't.
I'll go find a hat.
Oh, she loves you so much. She just handed you a rose as they're pulling their energy back. And she just said, it's a little bit early, but I just want her to know I remember. So what's coming up at the end of the summer? I think it's like August, September.
My birthday's in September.
There you go. So, because the rose is birthday, anniversary, etc. So she wants you to know she remembers. It's funny. Just the way she said that. It's a little early, but I just want you to tell her I remember. So cute. So they're with you. I hope that helps, Deb.
It does. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome, and congratulations on the new car.
Thank you, and have a good weekend.
Thank you. I will. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Aw. Okay, who do we got up next? We are going to Rose. Sorry, I have to put my glasses on so I can see because I am blind. I got to stop saying that. I can see better than all y'all. How's that? We'll change it. I'll keep lying to myself until I believe it. See, even that's so bad. See? I work with myself too, you guys. Habit of thinking, right? Habit of thinking.
Hello.
Hi, Rose.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. It's Tracy and you're live.
Hi.
Okay, so are you ready to do this? I got like blah, 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 blah. As soon as you answered the phone, I feel like I can't think straight because your people are in my head. But please forgive me, I'm moving this around already because it's instinct. I don't know if you saw that, but everybody watching probably just saw me automatically move the camera out of the way because I feel like people are coming in and sitting down. That's so weird. They're so strong. I literally just, without even thinking, moved the camera out of the way for an invisible dead person that came to sit beside me. That was so freaky. I don't think I've done that before. Hi, how are you? I know, I'm weird. This is why I have a show talking to dead people, because this is my life. Okay, are you ready, Rose?
Yes, I am.
So please remember that I don't remember who your loved ones are. So, stop, you guys. So we are kind of starting all over again, okay?
Okie dokie.
All right. So both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, so first of all, so you're familiar with the puzzle dump, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Because I feel like there's a child or somebody. Definitely. I just heard ding. I didn't even get finished. Do you have a child on the other side, Rose?
Yeah, but she's an adult.
That's okay. She's still your child, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's in my head so clear I can't even think straight. So hold on a second, honey. First thing that I was aware of was somebody that had passed before we would think of as their time. And I couldn't even get that out because all I was hearing was child, 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 child. So she's definitely here. She's not alone, though, I have to tell you. She's bringing people forward with her. She's definitely, there's a grandmother figure that she's connected with over there. And she's really excited to let you know that they're hanging out a lot right now. There's also a father figure over there. I think that this is either your father or your grandfather, although she does show me distance or space connected to him, which is my symbol that either he passed a long time ago or he passed somewhere else, or there was a distance or a space between you before he passed. Do you know who she's...
Yeah, my dad.
Okay.
Because he was on holidays. He wasn't.
Oh, I see. So they're all together on that side? She's really excited. I think this is your grandmother, to be honest with you, because your mom is still here in the physical world, correct?
Yes.
This, I think, is your grandmother, because I keep hearing, I brought grandma, I brought grandma, I brought grandma. And just by the way she's so excited to bring her forward, it almost makes me wonder if your grandma didn't come through before.
Yes, she did.
Do you understand? Okay, so when I ask her to validate who she is, grandma shows me the body scan, which is my symbol that she has no more pain, or she had pain throughout the body before she passed, or more than one illness, and that she's not in pain anymore. She's also doing the wiggle, which is my symbol that she has free mobility on the other side. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So they're all together. And then here's interesting. I'm hearing a dog barking, and I'm feeling like they're getting really excited about the dog. Do you have a dog right now? A living dog?
No, we did. He passed 4 years ago. 3, 4, 5 years ago.
It's interesting because when you say that, I see the soul of the dog stepping forward, but I feel like they're talking about a dog here. Or we've been talking about getting a dog or wanting to get a dog.
We're looking. We're looking.
There you go. See, because when you said that you lost a dog 5 years ago, I saw the soul of the dog that was stepping forward when you talked about that. But that's not what your daughter was talking about. She's like excited about the dog, the dog, the dog, the dog. So they know that you're getting a dog. That's interesting.
See, they can help me find one because I'm having no luck.
Well, see, that's exactly why you're not having luck, is because they want to help you. See, we think that when somebody dies that they're just gone, but they're not. The only thing gone is that we can't see their physical body anymore. But it is exactly situations like this. That's why she's bringing it up. Because A, she wants you to know that she is with you and she knows what's going on in your physical world. But B, she wants you to know that you can ask her and say, okay, what is her name? Lisa, we need a dog. We need a dog. We need this type of dog. We want it to be this big. This is the budget that we have to work with, et cetera, et cetera. You give her the parameters and then just sit back and wait and follow the impulses. So what that means is you don't have to look at the ads every single day. You just have to look at them when you feel that impulse to. Do you know what I mean? Or you just follow the breadcrumbs that get left to you and she will take you exactly to the perfect dog.
Okay.
Why am I seeing I'm seeing flashes. It's interesting. I think part of the reason that you're having trouble finding a dog, it's because she's showing me big dog, little dog, big dog, little dog. I feel like you're looking for a little dog, but you need a big dog. Or not a big dog, but a medium dog. That's interesting. Are you looking for a little one right now, or am I got this backwards?
Yeah. Looking for a little one because our place is small, so we're looking for a little one, and I want to be able to pick it out.
And the dog that's on the other side is a bit bigger, though, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Bud was a big dog.
It's interesting. Hold on, because I feel like there is a dog that's in between size that's waiting for you. To be honest with you, I think it's a little bit different than what you were expecting, but it's got all of the, see what your daughter's saying is the personality trait is more important even than anything. And you'd still be able to pick this dog up but not carry it around like a toy poodle or something. I don't know. That's interesting. I'm seeing, maybe you'll end up with 2 dogs. I don't know. But I'm seeing like
Lord, no.
She's like, no. All I know is they're trying to guide that for some reason. So, because what she showed me was, you know those mazes that you do when you're a kid, and it's like you have to start here and find your way out, and you have to go through, sometimes there's dead ends, and there's like only one path you can get out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's making me feel like you're on one of those, and it's for a good reason. Okay. Interesting. Okay, hold on a second. Now she's talking about earrings. I know this is so random. Should we go from that to earrings? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, can you just tell her how beautiful she looks with those earrings? I'm like, what earrings? And then I feel like you don't wear them very often or haven't worn them in a very long time. Do
I
you,
haven't changed my earrings in years.
that's what she means by long time then. Interesting. Because I feel like she's trying to give you new earrings as well, like new jewelry, new dressing you up, trying to make you look beautiful. That's exactly what she's doing. She's like playing dress up with you. What is this about?
Oh, just because I haven't been doing much in that department.
She spun you around and kicked you in the butt. She's like, Mom, that's why you're feeling a little bit down. You know this. She's like, dress up, look beautiful, get out of the house, do your hair, put some jewelry on, look beautiful, get out and enjoy yourself.
I haven't done that in a long time.
That's why she's telling you. That's why you're in. See, it's interesting. I can feel the craving for a dog, and you need this dog in your world right now to bring that. See, I can't judge. I've never lost a child, knock on wood, and I can't imagine what that's like. She didn't like me using that word, just so you know. She's like, I'm not lost. I'm right here. Don't use that word, Tracy. What's wrong with you? And she's saying that she's that connection to her. You'll feel that connection to her more in your happiness than you do in your depression. When you're depressed or feeling like she's gone, then you can't hear her so much. When you feel happy and you start going on that search for like a dog or whatnot, and you talk to her and you say, bring me this or show me this or whatnot, and then she does, you feel her presence, not her lack. Does that make sense?
Yes.
She put the white blanket around your shoulders, and she's showing me taking deep breaths. Have you not been breathing so well recently, or did you have a cold, or do you know what she's talking about?
Yeah, I was actually just at emergency. I'm having pain issues.
In your chest?
The pain takes my breath away.
That's what I'm feeling. Because she wants you to know that she didn't leave your side the whole time that was going on. Slow this down. And this is why she's telling you that it's so important to put your focus on things that are making you happy. Because if you are so aware of everything that's stressing you out and confusing you and the upside down world part of it, if you're very aware of that, then you're just pulling in more anxiety and more stress, and it can physically make you ill. It's very important that you try to find some happiness, because honestly, laughter is the best medicine. That is not just a phrase. It literally heals. So do whatever you can to find genuine laughter in your world, and just know that she hasn't left you. There's absolutely no way I could have known that.
Yeah, no, because it was just 2 days ago.
That's funny. She's like, and she didn't post that on Facebook, Tracy.
No, I did not.
Oh, she loves you.
I didn't post it anywhere.
Because you don't have to. She knows she was with you, and then I can talk to dead people. So, or they talk to me, put it that way. I don't always understand what they're saying because it's not my life, it's not my story, right? But I receive those messages, and she's just extremely happy to let you know that you're not alone right now, that there is things for you to put your focus on to bring happiness in your world. And she wants you to know that the more that you focus on being happy and feeling better, the healthier you're going to start feeling. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
She loves you so much. She's like, I love you, I love you, I love you. And Grandma and your dad is there as well. They're not really saying a lot, but she brought them forward so you could see that they were there so that she could do all the talking. If that makes sense.
Yeah, my firecracker.
She's like, you see them? They're here. You're all good, Mom. You see they're there? Okay, now I get to talk. That's kind of the energy she brought. Oh, she loves you so much. She's pulling her energy back and kissing your cheek and saying shoes. So I don't know what that's about. Why do they always do that? As they start to pull the energy back, they throw another message in there. Did you just get new shoes, or do you need new shoes? Why did she say shoes as she kissed your cheek?
I was trying to find my slip-on shoes, and I couldn't find them for the life of me. And my husband just finished finding slip-on shoes, and there was actually a brand new pair in there that I forgot I bought.
Seriously? So see, this is her way again, letting you know that she's with you at this exact moment. Just know she's there. Keep talking to her and keep asking her. She's like, just so you know, I helped Dad know where those were, just so you know. She really wants you to know that she's not gone. She's still a part of your life, just in a different way.
Okay.
I hope this was helpful.
Yes, thank you.
All right. You have a great weekend, okay?
You too, Tracy.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay. See, that's so sweet. I love Spirit for that reason. Like, it doesn't creep me out as much as it used to, but I'm telling you, in the very beginning, that stuff used to just... I think because when I was a kid, I would get in trouble for knowing things I shouldn't know. And not just when I was a kid. There's times I'll walk into a room, for example, and people would have been arguing before I got there, but then, or talking about something you don't want that they don't want you to know, and then you walk in the room, and I would start talking about it, and they'd be like, oh, you were listening in, and it's like, no, I wasn't. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like I can still smell it in the air. You feel it, you know, right? Interesting. Okay, Tanya, I'm coming to you. Hello, is this Tanya?
It is.
Hi, Tanya, how are you?
Good.
I am live. Are you driving, hun?
Oh, yes, I am. Sorry. Do you have another call? Or am I the last call?
No, there's one more. I can call him first, and then I can call you back if you want.
That would be better for me.
Okay, let's do that. And then, yeah, I'd rather that you pull over so you can do the grounding exercise without crashing.
Sure.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, hon, I'll talk to you in a few. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, so then, Elaine, we are coming to you. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Blind, so give me a second. Whew. There is some very strong gentleman here. Interesting.
Hello.
Hi, Elaine.
Hi.
It's Tracy. How are you?
Good, you?
Good. You are live.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Okay, so you have a very playful gentleman here. I'm not sure who this gentleman is, but he's like flirtatious, I think is the better word here. Okay. Interesting. Okay, stop. He's so in my head already, but he's like very, he's like tickling me. I heard he's like being flirtatious and funny, and I feel a sense of sarcasm there, but interesting. I don't know who this is yet, but we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, please remember that I know I've read for you once or maybe twice before, but I don't remember who your loved ones are. So we're starting all over again. But I like to start with a grounding exercise. So if I can get you to put both feet flat on the ground for me.
Yeah.
And then I want you to close your eyes. And when I'm done talking, I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight towards me and give me a minute to focus.
Okay.
Okay, so you're familiar with my turn the puzzle dump?
Yeah.
Okay, here goes. There's a gentleman here that feels like a father figure, to be honest with you. I'm hearing daddy's hands, which is my symbol for father figure, or somebody who's on dad's side of the family. Again, like I said, very flirtatious, funny, happy, joyful kind of feeling, especially now that he lets me know that he's not weighed down by the stresses that he had here in the physical world. He snaps his fingers, which is my symbol for sudden or unexpected passing, which doesn't necessarily mean that we didn't know he was sick. It just means we didn't know he was going to pass when he did. He's showing me distance or space, which I'm thinking means he was either somewhere else when he passed, or he's been over there for a while, or there was an emotional distance or space. I'm not sure. He said, don't go too far ahead when I said that. There's also somebody with him that is, that passed before we would think of as their time. So I want to go back to the father figure. Is your dad on the other side, hun?
Yes.
And did he have a very playful, flirtatious, did he like the ladies kind of
Yep.
here in the physical world?
Yep.
Because he's very much poking at me and like, it's so funny. And I don't feel like he's trying to be inappropriate. I think he would do the same thing if his wife was standing right beside him. I feel like that's his personality. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, slow that down, slow that down. He goes to you and he talks about your mind being very confused right now. I feel like it just shows me everything spinning around, like you're trying to make sense of what's going on right now. I feel like things just keep changing. I don't know what that means. I think he's talking about your work, to be honest with you. Did you just change? I don't feel like you changed jobs. I feel like your job changed you. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Okay, explain that to me, because I'm not sure how to understand that energy. Because it almost feels like you were hired to do one thing and then you were doing something else and then they changed it to do something else. Or does that make sense?
Well, I'm a tow truck driver, so I tow different things, and
Interesting.
so. But before that, I was driving transport.
But there's some type of change going on at your work right now, because I feel like you're supposed to be working for yourself. I don't know if you are working for yourself, but they're showing me things moving energetically wise into your basket. It's almost like I see Easter baskets and you're putting everything into your basket now.
I'm not sure. Other than since the COVID-19, I mean, this is probably was my 4th day off in 4 months.
Oh, interesting. Because all the big companies got laid off and you were one of the small guys, so you were getting all the work.
Yeah.
That's why. I was seeing all the eggs going in your basket. Take some time off. That's why they're showing me the confusion, because you were just getting overwhelmed with the stress, right? If you don't take enough time off, if you don't have any time to yourself, like, yeah, at first it's great when you're banking these hours that maybe you didn't have before, but you've got to remember that it's extremely important to put you first. It's interesting. He just said you need a few more days. I feel like you need like 3 days in a row, and that you and your girlfriend need to go somewhere. He said you and the girlfriend, so please, that's presumptuous of me. Are you not married?
Not really, no.
And you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't know what that means. Hold on, you just give me shit again. Oh, okay. Sorry. See, there's things, sometimes the dead just expect me to remember things, and I don't, because I have so many memories. So when I say something like that, and it's something that he expects me to remember, so now he's showing me, Trisha, she signed you up for this, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so he's telling you to take her away. You both need a vacation. You both need to go away. And I see the number 3. So I don't know if that's July 3rd, if you're going for 3 days, if you're going in 3 days. I don't know what he means by that.
No, but tomorrow will be my 3rd day off, but I mean, it's not because I wanted to. I had no choice. My sciatic nerve is pinched.
That's for your benefit. You know that. It's for, sometimes we think things are issues or mistakes or problems, but they're actually blessings in disguise. That's what that sciatica is, because you're working too much. You've got to balance in some happiness. You've got to make time for that.
Yeah.
So this down, spoken like a true guy. Yeah, whatever, lady. I'm sorry. I have to laugh, because this is why the universe is like, yeah, he's not going to take time off. So your angels are like, oh yeah, we can make him take time off. Watch this, pinch. And now here you are, time off. And they're like,
Oh, I've been suffering for 2.5 weeks now. So, but I told my boss I need to take some time off. He understood.
Yes, and he's going to understand if you need a few more days. If you want that to go away completely, it's interesting that you're phoning in today because or I'm phoning you today. You know what I mean. Did you hear the beginning, the readings that were before you?
No.
Because what fascinates me since the day I started these live readings is that Spirit always seems to have a theme. And the people that will call in on a specific day usually have a similar kind of issue going on. And the theme today seems to be talking about the importance of planning and prioritizing happiness and joy, not just work. And
Yeah.
and that feels like the theme of what's going on in your world right now. And I feel like the reason why your dad's being so playful and flirtatious right now is because he's talking about that he wants you to have that playful, flirtatious energy. Because I feel like that's your normal state of being. If you're not working too much, you also have that playful, flirtatious, fun personality. But when you're working too much, you're not so much fun to be around. And he's saying, listen, relationships are like gardens. You've got to tend to them sometimes. You've got to plan special times and plan things that to look forward to, happiness, etc.
Yeah.
See, we think that our loved ones are just dead and gone when they die, but they are not. And your dad loves you so much. He's trying to guide you from the other side, and your loved ones and your guides, etc. So they will allow you to feel sciatica pain or something like that if you're not following the breadcrumbs that they're trying to give you. So you probably had the impulse that you should have slowed down or taken a break before your sciatica kicked in, right?
More or less, but yeah.
And you didn't listen. So the universe went, you know what? He's not listening, so we're going to make this happen. You want to know why? Because they know that if you don't slow down right now, it's going to make it so much worse for you later. So they love you so much that they give you that little bit of pain that forces you to take some time off, and now you have time to recenter yourself and go back from a much more stable position. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's showing me the haircut. What is that? Did you just get your haircut or you have to get your haircut?
I have to get a haircut.
Because he's like talking about the haircut. Oh, another thing that you've been denying yourself that will make you feel better. Not denying yourself. We've all been having trouble getting haircuts recently, I think. But he's talking about doing things that are going to make you feel better. And he's handing you a rose, but I feel like he's giving it to the both of you. You and Trisha. Is there an anniversary that's coming up or just passed around the two of you? I want to go to July, I think. I'm seeing JU, and it's June or July, but I think it's July.
Yeah, no,
What's around the end of July?
I have no idea.
He's being very specific. I'm seeing July 31st. July 31st. July. Is there 31 days in July?
Not sure.
That's very weird. Just keep that in the back of your mind, because whenever they're very specific about numbers like that, I don't always know what it means in this moment, but they know.
Yeah.
Okay, slow this down. So the last thing he does is he kisses your mom's cheek. I feel like this would be mom. It could be sister. I'll just say it this way. The lady that is above you but to the side, and he puts the white blanket over their shoulders, which is my symbol for health or stress issues. But I feel like she's a bit of a distance away. Does your mom live a bit of a distance away from you?
Mom's with him.
She's over there.
She just passed in January.
That's why he's showing it to me that way then, because he showed me putting the white blanket around her shoulders, which is my symbol for watching over somebody who has health or stress issues. He showed me the distance, or the space. Hold on a second. Which is my symbol that she's like, obviously. Usually it means physically distance or space, but interesting. Hold on a second. That's some of the confusion. There we go. So I misinterpreted some of that confusion in the beginning. Remember in the very beginning when I said that I felt your head swirling around and around and around?
Yeah.
I think some of that belonged to your mom, because as I'm like focusing on that energy now, that confusion is getting thicker. So was she unable to communicate before she passed away?
She passed away overnight in the hospital.
And she didn't, and that's why, okay, so that, again, the sudden, unexpected, traumatic past. Sorry. You know what? Your dad, as sweet and funny and flirtatious as he is, he's very impatient at the same time, isn't he?
Yep.
Because he just said, Tracy, I told you in the beginning that there was somebody with me who passed suddenly or unexpectedly before we think of as their time, and you're just mentioning her now.
Yeah, and my daughter passed just a few weeks before Mom did.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
Yep.
No wonder you felt so confused, or so. No wonder that when I focus in on that energy, all I can feel is that confusion, and no wonder you've been working so much. So now that I understand that, give me a second here. Because I want you to understand that grief acts as kind of a distortion of the energy. Because I used to wonder when I first started reading, why is it so much easier for me to feel your dad's energy and to interpret those messages from him than it is from your mom and your daughter who just passed, right?
Yeah.
And it's not always like that, but usually it is. And the reason is because grief kind of distorts the energy. It's kind of like when you are underwater, you can still hear, but the voice will sound like this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is the relatives and the loved ones you have on that side that you don't have those grief connections to as strongly will step forward first, get the energy happy and playful, upbeat, so then they can bring those energies forward on a stable platform. So they're definitely together, but now that they're together, so hold on a second. There's also, now, okay, your dad's stepping back so that I can hear both of them. Your daughter is showing me the confusing energy. Was this suicide or overdose accidental? Because she's taking some responsibility for how this happened.
Suicide.
And that's why she's showing me the confusing. Hold on. She doesn't want you to work so much. Hold on a second. That's why they're telling you to get away, go be happy, do something that's going to make you happy. Slow this down. That's why I feel like you don't want to do that, because if you're not working, then your brain is allowed to think about whatever it wants to think about, and then that's where it's hard. That's exactly it. They're talking about that you have been working so much, even if you're not like working, you've kept your brain busy so you don't have to think.
Yeah.
Slow this down. Bless your daughter's heart. She's right there with you. She's talking about some of the things that have gone on, but I feel like there was a pause. So I don't know if this is because she passed in January or you said January, right? Beginning of the year. And then COVID hit. I don't know if that's what she talks about, but she's talking about having to pause before doing this memorial or something. So you had something planned in her name or something, but we've paused it. Do you know what she's talking about?
Yeah.
Is this planned for at the end of July?
No, it was planned for May 31st.
31st. Thank you. So this is why I said I don't always know what these messages mean. I might try to squish two messages together into one. I'm trying to understand what they mean. But she was showing me 31, 31, 31, 31, and then she was taking me to July. I feel like she's trying to say, listen, Dad, you can replan it again. Just plan it in July.
Yeah, it's my ex-wife that's been planning that, so I don't usually get in the loop with them. They usually leave me out, so I said my goodbyes to my daughter a long time ago, and I'm okay with that, and she understands that if I don't go to the funeral.
Oh, heck yeah, she does. I think what she's trying to do, though, hun, is she's just validating these details that there's no way that I could know, because it's her way of letting you know that she is totally at peace with these choices and decisions that you guys have made, and that she needs you to know that you're aware that she knows that you've made these decisions and that she's at peace, because I feel peace on that side.
Yeah.
Slow that down. She's so teasing you about the hair. She's like, it's me that's teasing him about the haircut. Tell him it's me teasing him about the haircut. I feel like she's like saying she could braid it.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Okay, so how do you understand? She shows me her and then your mom, and there was distance or space there, and they're reunited now. Now, I know you said your mom passed right before your daughter or right after,
Yeah.
but I don't know what they mean by there was distance or space before that. Like, had it been a long...
There was no real relationship there. Like, Melissa went, it's hard to describe, but she went her own way, and...
That's okay. So now I get what you mean, or what she means, because she was showing me that distance or space, but then when they get to that side, I see the heart between the two of them and that they have reunited on that side.
Yeah.
She said, thank you for what you did. Did you just put a picture or an altar or like a shelf that you made up that's all her?
Well, I have a picture of my mom, and I usually have her ashes here, but, Mom's sister wanted to have the ashes for a couple of weeks just because she talks to Mom every night.
She's saying thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing. You're getting those ashes back though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel them coming back. She's like, Tracy, he didn't give them away. He just lent them out, just so you know.
Yeah. No, that's right. Mom's coming back here.
Oh, she's so excited about what's going on right now in the world, what's coming up. She says you don't know too much about that. I feel like you don't want to learn too much just in case none of it's true. And I can understand that. But you do know that the world is about to change beyond anybody's belief, right? Have you heard me talking about any of that yet?
Yeah, but I've always said, when people talk about, all these philosophers and that talk about the end of the world, it's not necessarily the end of the world, but it's the end of the world as we know it.
It's the end of their world. It's the end of the elite cabal that has been controlling society for so long. It's the end of their reign of control and the beginning of humanity's. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Like I said, to me, the end of the world is not total abomination. It's just weird. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but another part of our brain develops and we start seeing things differently. Life changes. It's never going to be the same before, like it was like before COVID-19. This is going to be a different world now.
Yep. Because we are light beings in physical bodies. And the happier we are, the more we are meant to live in a state of joy and happiness. And when we are in a state of joy and happiness and connected to each other and doing things not for the almighty dollar, but doing things for the spirit, for the human soul, for the connection to each other, to help each other. When we move from the dollar society into the helping society, our bodies transform into that fifth dimension, and that's exactly what it's about. They've kept us under control in the third dimension, and we're moving into the fifth. And you have a big part of this. That's why I don't know exactly what your role is in this. If you're a tow truck driver, I know it's interesting. Don't start that. There. Sorry, your dad's like all of a sudden showing me all of these technologies with cars that are coming up that I will not understand. So I'm like, stop. But the point is that if this information is being brought to you, the fact that you can see that and know that, and you're not lost in fear, because look around you, how many people are thinking that the world is ending or that, they just don't understand what's going on. Those of us who know there's a bunch of us, less than 1% of the population, that just have this peace in our heart. We know that this is the good coming, right?
Yeah,
and
it's tough right now, things, because there's still a lot of stuff that's not open and that, so you're limited to things you can do, but it's going to eventually change.
Yeah. Oh, very soon here too. And you are part of the first phase of awareness of the world waking up. Those of us who are able to hear with our hearts and don't always have to listen with our minds, who just know the truth and can feel the truth, We are like the first soldiers that are going to be used to help the rest of humanity that start waking up to these truths and to the new reality. So get the last piece of advice that your daughter wants you to know, because she's like wrapping her arms around you. I shouldn't just say her, because your mom's like, what am I? You're going to leave me out again? They're all like wrapping their arms around you and letting you know that they're very proud of you, because you are in that first phase of change. I don't exactly know what that means yet, but you're not the first person that I've heard them say that to. So just watch for those breadcrumbs. And I think that's kind of why the sciatica happened, because that's kind of what breadcrumbs look like as well, right? They don't always look like what you think they're going to look like. They are impulses that we have to follow. And when we do, they lead to really good things. Interesting, because she said if he didn't follow it, he would have been working today, Tracy, and I wouldn't have been able to say hello.
No, that's right.
She loves you so much. Enjoy your day tomorrow, because again, she's showing me the 3 days off, and I feel like you guys need to go somewhere and do something. Just you and Trisha. I feel like it's been a while, and she's saying invest in the happiness, invest in love, Dad. You need this. She just kissed your cheek, and then she said, and you need a haircut, just so you know. I love you, but you need a haircut, Dad. She's pulling her energy back. I hope that was helpful.
It was, thank you.
You're welcome. You have a great rest of your weekend, okay?
You too, Tracy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Whew, okay. So, Tanya, I hope you're ready for me. I'm sorry that took a little longer. Sometimes Spirit, they don't just come right out and say things. They do things in little breadcrumbs like that, because as you can see at the end, it all wraps up. It's pretty cool. I love that. 31. What does that mean? I don't know. Oh, her thing was planned on the 31st. That's so cool. Spirit is cool. Maybe she did not get time to pull over.
Hi.
Hi, Tanya.
How are you?
I'm good. Did you pull over?
Yes, I did.
Yay! It was ringing and ringing. I'm like, maybe she didn't get time to pull over. Well, I'm thinking in my head, I didn't say this out loud, but I'm thinking in my head, I sure hope she answers that phone, because her son is standing right here, and I don't want him to stay with me. I want him to go with you. That's funny. Okay, so every once in a while, there is people I do remember, because you've been a member for a long time, and now I've read for your son so many times, I know exactly who he is. But, see, he's in my head already, hon. Let's just do this so that I can get it out, okay? Because otherwise I'm going to sound pretty messed up. All right, both feet flat on the floor.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and blow it straight through the phone at me, and give me a minute to focus. Okay. Your son is here, but he's not alone. He's got a bunch of gentlemen on the other side, I have to say. I feel like he's with an uncle, or more than one uncle. There's like 2 people, maybe 3 that are above him, but to the side. So I almost feel like that would be uncle or even great uncle. But then he's telling me that grandpa's there with him as well. And then I smell the cigarette smoke. So again, Spirit will bring through the details that will help you identify who these people are. Who's the smoker on the other side? The father figure.
Yeah, it could be my dad. It's been a while, so I don't know if he was a smoker. Well, I'm thinking he was. I was only 10, so.
That makes sense. He's totally bring. And then who's the uncles? Because there's 2 guys there with them.
Yeah, my brother, so it would be his uncle.
And the other one is on your husband's side?
Yeah, that would be his relations, yeah. Everybody's passed, so there's so many.
Right?
Right,
He's
yeah,
bringing
yeah.
them all forward. He's really excited about what's going on right now. He shows me the hammer or the renovation. He's talking about renovations or things going on with the house. Something's getting changed with the house right now. He's really excited. I don't know if we're building a new building. Oh, that's exactly what it feels like. Maybe it's not your building, your house. Maybe it's like your work. I don't know what this is. We're building.
We're trying to move forward with our business, and we're, pretty much that. I'm thinking that's what that.
Because you're building a new, you're going to be moving into, like, I feel like you're going to be building your own location. Do you know what I mean?
It's already built the outside, but we have to actually do the inside of it.
There, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's why he's showing me the renovations. And he's like so excited and he's clapping. So is this like a recent thing, like the last couple of weeks that you just got this building or something?
No, we've just been talking about it, saying, because we were offered another location, but it's a lot smaller, and everything's already, like, the walls are in, the floors in for the other location, but I'm like, it's too small. I keep telling my husband, even though it's a big step to move across to the other building, there's like no walls, no ceiling, no bathroom, no plumbing.
But that's the fun of it.
It's a lot more work. Yeah, it's a lot more work, but he doesn't want to put in that much money for a loan. And I'm like, you know what? We have to do that if we want to move forward.
Your son, do you know what he's showing me? Is that, and that's why he brought through all the gentlemen on the other side, because they like to work. There's this thing in your family, I can feel it. And there's this feeling of pride, like, and I don't always feel this from people. Some people, if they have to work, it's like burden. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the males on your side of the family, they're proud to work. They're very proud. They're showing up. They're like, I'm on it.
Workers,
Exactly. And what they want you to know is that, see, you're being given a choice, whether you know it or not. You've got 2 locations, okay? You're given a choice. Do you want to make your choice based on love or fear? Now let's look at these locations. If you chose the smaller one that's already done, would that be a choice based on love or fear?
Probably just fear, because he doesn't want to do those.
So there you go.
Well,
exactly. So if we
would love the new location because it's exactly what we wanted.
And you can make it what you want, right?
Yes.
That's how and they're so excited that you're learning to do this, because in the past you would have made choices based on fear, right? Because you can look at that little location and be like, well, if we chose this one, it's the safe route, there's no room for mistake, but there's also no room for God when you choose the fear route. Think of it that way. When you choose the route that needs faith, you can look at it and say, well, we don't have everything we need right now to complete this project. But how amazing is it that we're not completing this project alone? Our loved ones on the other side, they're our helpers. So all we have to do is say, you know what, we need this and we need this and we need this. And then they're going to drop the breadcrumbs in your world that will help you bring that exactly to you. So then not only do you get the location of your dreams, but you also have your loved ones whom you miss helping you along the way, which helps you feel their presence, not their loss. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So choosing this is your choice out of love, not fear. And they are so excited because they're helping every step of the way.
Yeah, I'm like, this is the year, Chris, you got to stop procrastinating.
He says Dad's a slow learner, but he's very proud that he's actually doing this, because I feel like this is a big step for your husband, because not because he's a slow learner in that way, he was being funny, but I feel like because he's been let down too many times. So it's easy for him to believe that it's not going to turn out the way that he wants it to be. But you're doing this differently now, because you're not making choices saying to yourself, it's not going to work, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. You're making choices saying, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. And so now it's working out differently because your mindset has changed. And Dad, being as stubborn as he is still learning to change his mind. And your son is so proud of you for that. He said, because of this, I'm seeing it transition like double quick than you thought. Like if you thought it wasn't going to be ready until like October, it'll be ready in September.
Okay.
It feels like it's going to be ready a lot quicker. Okay, so then he pushes that subject aside. He goes right to your daughter. You have a small daughter. I feel like it's the littlest one. He hands her a rose, which is my symbol for birthday or anniversary or a special day. Is it her? How does that relate to your daughter?
It's actually he's always had a connection with my 16-year-old.
Oh.
And even when she was little, he came through and told her, "Tell mom and dad it wasn't their fault."
Oh.
When she was like, she was only about 4, and pretty much her birthday's coming up in 2 weeks, and his other sister too. Yeah.
There you go. That's why he's saying, let her know that it's happy birthday, that I'm still with her. And he said she's beautiful, but he says, Mom, cover this up. I feel like she's like showing some cleavage recently, and he's being the big brother on the other side, trying to like cover her up.
Yes, she wears too much stuff that I don't buy her, and she cuts.
That's so funny. You tell her that you say you could. He just said you tell her to show her this reading, Mom. You show her that I know about that. I'm watching over her. That's so funny. He said she's so beautiful. Does she have a streak in her hair?
Sorry?
Does she have a streak in her hair?
No, I don't think so.
Who's got the streak? Like I'm seeing dark hair with like a streak of, I don't know if it's color or just black and white but somebody's got a streak.
Sure I'm not sure. Maybe she's done that. I don't even know.
He shows me 2 thumbs up, so you can ask her if she's been thinking about this, because what he's trying to do right now is prove to her that he's with her, that he watches over her, that he hears her thoughts, that she's not alone. And there's something about the hair streak, because she's got long hair, correct?
Oh, she actually just cut it. She did have long hair, and she cut it.
Interesting.
Like really short. I was like, oh my God. She did it herself too.
That's so funny. I wonder if she's going to do like streaks or highlights now.
Yeah.
That's funny. He was showing me the long hair, and then he's like, streaks. Weird. He's not acknowledging the cut. When you say she cut it real short, he's like, it'll grow back. That's all I heard. Almost like he didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
Too funny. Slow this down. He just walked over to your dad, and I feel like he's like bringing your dad forward. Your dad doesn't come through very often in these readings, I don't think. He's kind of a quiet, silent, quiet type over there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But your mom's not on the other side, right, Tanya?
No, she is as well. I just don't think she made it to where everyone else goes because of her. She hasn't been able to progress.
You what? No, hold on a second. Okay, so hold on a second. I want to tell you what I saw energetically. I didn't hear what you said because I had spirit in my head as you were talking. All I heard was, no, yeah, she's over there. And so then I was able to see her soul here. But then your dad is showing me putting the white blanket on the older lady that's still here. But make no mistake, when you mentioned your mom, and you've probably heard me say this before as a medium, when somebody mentions someone that's dead or on the other side, they step forward. Slow this down. So you said something about not knowing if she was there or not, or being stuck. Yeah. She's not showing me stuck, but she is showing me seeing things differently. Oh, this is interesting. Hold on. They both step back. Your dad and your son step back to let her have this moment. Has she never come through before?
No.
Interesting. Really. Okay. Because she comes forward, so I'm going to give you a puzzle dump here of what she just showed me, okay?
Okay.
She takes me to the mind, to the brain, which she showed. That's my symbol for here. Hold on. There's a lot of confusion there. I literally stopped talking. So there's confusion. So she either couldn't communicate before she passed away, the stroke, aneurysm, just immense amounts of confusion. She shows me the rose-colored glasses, which is my symbol for seeing things differently on that side than they did when they were here in the physical world. She shows me distance or space, which is my symbol for, but she shows me times 2, because distance or space can have more than one meaning. So she's showing me that she was either a distance away from you emotionally or physically before she passed, as well as I think she's been there for a long time, because there's 2 things for distance or space. But then she's emphasizing the confusion again, and she's showing me she's showing me when they have to view their life, the life review, where they have to view their life through everyone else's eyes. Nora, give me 1 second. My cat just brought something out, and she's being annoying. 1 second. What are you doing? Oh, she's got my son's Lego. Isn't that funny? Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense. We didn't have a good relationship, and it was very distant even in the end.
Please know that.
It wasn't very clear.
Yeah, that's why it's so confusing when I try to focus on that. Just know that she's over there. She's very much learning. She's going in and out of the life review. I think the first thing because the way she showed me that is that everything was so confusing to her. And then she gets over there. She sees things differently on that side than she did when she was here. Because when they get over there, they can see all of it. They can see the past, the present, the future, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then she showed me the life review, which is, the way I see it, is like this little box that they get in, and then they're able to see it through their life through everyone else's eyes. And then there's a feeling of responsibility, and just, I feel like the reason why she doesn't come through a lot is not because she doesn't love you. She's very much watching over you on that side, and she's very much aware that she didn't do things very well here in the physical world. But because it doesn't feel like it was from intention. It doesn't feel like she was intending on, it's not that she didn't love her children, she's saying. It's not that she didn't, or that she wanted to be mean. Because I feel physical abuse here and some neglect. And she says that's not what her intention was. It was that she was in pain internally. And she didn't know how to fix that. That's why it was, all I feel is confusion, right? Mm-hmm. So because you still connect her to that confusion, that she doesn't get too close because she doesn't want to inspire that confusion feeling or bring up those old feelings in you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But please know that she is very much on that side and very much loves you. She's watching over you. She shows me 4 or 5. Did she have 4 or 5 kids?
Yeah, she had, yeah, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there was 5 of us.
So 4, and
we're
then
not very close. That we call it the season legacy, and so we're not very close at all. That's the legacy she left to us.
That's her, exactly. She takes responsibility for that, she said. And she needs you to know that was because she was in pain. And I mean, the more that I've learned about your culture, Tanya, the more that I can understand what she must have gone through and how difficult that must have been. So I just feel nothing but gratitude on her part for the mothering and the parent that you are today, because you're 10 times the parent that she was. She's talking about, she's showing me her pinky finger. And when they show me the pinky finger, that's my symbol for you have more parenting ability in your pinky finger than she did in her entire body. And she wants to thank you for that, because that helps heal her soul. There's nothing worse than being mean or doing things that are not nice here in the physical world, and then getting to that side and having to see it through everyone else's eyes on how that affected them. But now there's nothing we can do to change it. So we just have to live with it. And so if let's say we have physical abuse in this sense, and so our parents physically abuse us, and then you can only do what you know, right? So if you grow up and then it so happens in most cases that those children then abuse their children. But you broke that habit.
Yeah.
You broke that chain of abuse. And for that, you've helped heal your mom's soul. And she needs you to know that she's not only extraordinarily proud of you, but she's also grateful at the same time. She loves you very much. Please know that.
Okay.
She says that she is getting to know your son on that side. But I have to say, your dad is very protective. Very, very protective. Like, I feel like he's the boss. He decides when she can see him and when she can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's interesting because even when I said that, he shows me healing between all of them at the same time. I can definitely feel that they weren't each other's favorite people by the time they passed. But I feel like, especially with your son on that side, they're putting that behind them so he can have both of his grandparents, and so that he has that family over there as well. Interesting. So they're starting to pull their energy back, but now your son is here again. And hold on a second. I'm seeing a shopping cart. Are you going, is that where you were going today, is shopping? Because he's like really
Yeah.
excited for what you were going to buy.
Yeah. Yeah, we're buying birthday cards and
That-
Father's Day cards.
That's why, because he's like, I'm seeing the shopping cart. He's like, okay, I'm pulling my energy back. We're going shopping, Tracy. You let my mom know I'm with her while we're doing this. He loves you so much. And he's like really excited about this new venture. And tell Dad he's proud of him. Because Dad had to open his mind. Dad had to make a decision based on faith in order to choose the location that needs the more work and that needs more money and that needs more interaction, right? He had to make that decision based on faith. So please let him know that your son says he's really proud of him, and to make sure Dad remembers that your son is part of this, that, you know, you better give me stuff to do, he says, because I want to show you that I'm part of this. It's a family business, he says. So when this opens, you'll be able to say, I did this, Dad did that, and you know what? My son, he did this.
Yeah.
He
Well,
loves
that
you.
was so helpful, Tracy. It always is.
Oh, I'm so glad. You have a great rest of your weekend, okay?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, you guys, if you didn't get through today, please remember I'll be live again on Tuesday. Miss Ashley. Hopefully, I will be able to give you your message on Tuesday. And anybody who's new or didn't get a message today, didn't get time today, just remember, that's why you can give me your number before we even go live, and I can call you first, because everybody should be able to get a message every single month. So, yeah, and if there was a bunch of people that didn't get a message, I would just go live an extra day to make sure that you do. So anyway, I'm going to let that go for there. Have a great weekend, everyone, and go out and do something fun. Be happy. Take care.